What's up everybody, how's it going, and welcome to this episode of Car Rant. It feels good to have the camera back out again because it means we're finally doing more things to the cars. Right now I'm actually on my way to a shop in the area called OG Racing because I'm trying to pick up a seat from them for this here Honda Civic 1996 CX hatch. It is a blast to drive. I had Ishmael drive it earlier. He really likes the way that it feels and the fact that it's very go-karty. But because it's go-karty and you can throw it around, it means that you get thrown around a lot. So on this episode, I'm gonna try and get a seat for this car. It has needed one, for the driver at least, for a while. So I'm feeling kind of confident that we can get something going here for this car and finally get some real, I don't want to say Sunday boy action in a everyday commuter car, but you know, we need something. Now, we've been to OG Racing before. If you're not familiar with OG Racing, they're a small little race car shop tucked away in the back part of Ashburn and Sterling that really specializes more in supplying guys who do real track time with parts they need, like seats, head braces, helmets, suits, cooling units for those suits, and some of the respective merch involved with the different companies like Sparco, OMP, Momo, stuff like that. Oh, and you can get wheels here. Not racing wheels, but steering wheels. So who knows, maybe we'll get one for the Honda someday. But today we're focusing on the seats. I like coming to this shop because it's very small, it's very, I don't like it because it's small. I like it because of the fact that it is small. You get a lot more in-depth conversation with the people that work there, the people that actually are into this type of stuff, the motorsport stuff. So it's always a blast going in there and to see what's A, sitting in the lot getting parts, or B, what the people themselves that work there are driving. Picked up my seats. I'm really excited because I didn't think I could actually get this one, but they cut me a deal just because it was a show floor model thing, and I am, let's put it out there like this, I'm never opposed to using the showroom floor model because yeah, it means that most people probably sat in it, but it also means that I can get it at a cheaper price and it's pretty much a new product, and you know, I don't mind it sometimes. This is it guys, what I've got for my driver's seat. It's a beautiful Sparco bucket seat. It's a tuner style seat, meaning it doesn't have like uber tall sides and everything like that. This is actually an old model. They have a new model that this was replaced by. So yeah, it's nice. And yeah, it's got some of its wear and tear from being a show floor or showroom floor seat. But at the same time, I just love this seat. I sat down in it, I fell in love with it, and I'm excited to put it in the car. Yeah, it's gonna make life a little difficult because that doesn't bend obviously, but having the normal passenger seat, maybe in the future we get another tuner seat, the same Sparkle red color with the black and everything else that can fold. Who knows? The point is, the driver's seat is now gonna be a legit seat. So he's just about got this put together. We did mount it backwards because the lip on the front end of it does not have any room to adjust. So we're gonna use the back side as our adjustment point, and it'll still be a pull-up bar and everything else. It's just, yeah, it's gonna have to be how it is for now. So one thing we wanted to point out real quick while we're doing this, I just got the seat out and he's tightening things up and looks like my light might be dying. This has the nut integrated into the seat, so when you go to remove the seat belt, if you're using a factory belt like I am, unclip it obviously and take all that, but find a new nut. That way you can actually bolt it to your frame rail, because otherwise you're going to be rocking a seat with no seat belt, and that's not exactly safe nor legal. So yeah, this, unless I can get that off, yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot right quick and grab myself the correct size bolt. Oh wow, that looks so much, that is so much lower. That is so much lower than a stock seat. I was worried this whole time that I wouldn't be able to fit the seat in there right, like, or fit the seatbelt, that is so much lower than a stock seat. Dang, I'm gonna have to get used to that. All right, where's the cushion? Baco.
Back.
Oh yeah. It's a little far back. My legs are a little straight. If I come up just maybe a notch, it'll be better. That's like, I have headroom now. You could drive this, seriously. Things that happen on this channel. We're here at Home Depot, right? We picked up a new bolt so we could put the seatbelt on. And our solution is to wedge the seatbelt bolt nut on against the car so we can then tighten it against it. So now it's never going to move. But it's definitely in there. Guys, after a long night of just testing and demoing things out and feeling it all out, we officially have the car seat in the car, and I couldn't be happier with the way it looks and the way it feels. There are a couple of tweaks I'll need to make it more comfortable for myself on a longer drive, but I think as A, I lose weight and begin to fit even more comfortably in this seat, and B, as time moves forward with just wear and tear, the seat will get more comfortable, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just what I think right now. And it looks amazing in here. I'm still not used to this seating position in this car, but it is much better for driving. You know, we've talked about this briefly a couple of years ago, if I remember right. But the motorsport seating position is your knees should be bent, your elbows should be bent, the little pieces for your shoulder should line up with your shoulder, and if you're gonna run a harness, the harness strap area should come flat over the top, not reach up, because that could lead to potentially hazardous health problems. If you were to have an accident or slam on the brakes too hard, you could end up damaging your neck muscles, and it's just not a good time. But even the guys at the shop even admitted, like, this is a tuner seat. This is made for people who just want something cool for their car, something that's going to give them more performance on the street, and not really anything else. This is not a motorsport friendly chair because it will not pass the FIA regulations, not just because of its age, but because of everything involved with it, the way it's designed, the way it's shaped. This is made for a street car and a street car only. All in all, in this seat, I feel so much more in place. I mean, the bolstering goes up the sides, keeps you from moving around in your bottom end. It's stable, it's strong, it's Sparco everything. I will admit that. The rails are from Sparco. The seat frame is a Sparco seat frame, not a planted seat frame. And it's just really nice having a contiguous, you know, parts selection that's all the same brand, that's all connected, and it works. Just because then you don't have to drill through things or anything else like that. But yeah, this seat, definitely worth it for me. Only complaints I have is that the bottom cushion's Velcro is really not that great. The one where your thighs would pretty much go. It's just, it comes off when you try to get out, and it's something that you have to get used to. And other than that, that's really kind of it. It's very well balanced. I mean, I can sit there and just wiggle back and forth and not feel it whatsoever. I mean, I feel it in my body, but like, I'm not moving, I'm not drifting around in my seat. Because one thing that even the guys at that shop were saying is that Civics are notorious for seat slop, where you just sit there and slosh around like you're, you know, not actually belted in or put in place. It's a sloppy setup. So being able to sit in a chair and feel secure while driving my everyday car is kind of crazy. It's really quite nice. And I did admit that this chair is now considered out of date in more than one way. It's an old seat. I think the bottom of it said 07. So it is definitely not necessarily a new seat, but it's like that new old stock stuff that you find. But I love this thing. It feels so good. I'm sitting in this thing right now, going back to my old house just to help finish up with the move and everything else. And I'm rocking sweats and a sweatshirt, and I feel great. I'm in place. I kind of wish I did this sooner to this car, and I now wish I did this to the Evo. The Evo has great Recaros in it, but the driver's seat bolstering is now coming up undone and coming apart just because of its age, and the fact that it does have almost 100,000 miles on it. You know, it's just starting to show its age now, so I gotta step up my game and get that fixed and taken care of. That way we can be set to send it on a track someday with that car. So when it's time to do competition seats, oh, that'll be a fun episode, because then we get to try all kinds of good stuff before we settle in on what we want to do. And on that note, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Like and sub if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. God bless and peace.